Eddie Marcus, and I'm back again. You know, it's been said that black people are supposed to be superior people. Now, I'm sure black people didn't say that. Uh, but there have been other people that call themselves privileged and call themselves superior to all others. And they have carried themselves like that. But they do not have the evidence to indicate that it's true. In fact, the evidence is contradictory. And so we are at a moment in our time now that most of us on earth, because of the accessibility to information, are well aware that we are living where the message of heaven is not. Everything that we experience seems to be a result of hell. So, as one who has considered himself given the responsibility to act as spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for all people, the way that it is reflected in America, and as I can observe it from the sources available to me across the globe, that this is hell. There's nothing godly about it except the earth, the resources, and all those things that God had to provide for us have been provided. And where the shortcoming is where we supposedly fill in the blank. And we filled in the blank, HELL. You see, ladies and gentlemen, there is no way that hell and heaven can operate in the same space. You've heard it said, let the grass and the wheat grow together, and there'll come a time of separating. Well, that time of separating is when the one knows that it does not and cannot flourish with the other. So heaven knows that any pain and suffering from anyone had, is a calling for heaven to fix it. And hell knows that wherever things are going good, that it has to exploit it. And so they both cannot exist. But heaven is not going to put down his hands and allow hell to walk over it. No, we will fight any way hell wants to fight. We will fight any way that hell wants to fight. If hell wants to fight with nuclear weapons, then so be it. Heaven will fight with nuclear weapons. The only thing, the difference is we will fight with nuclear weapons to free the world, all of humanity, that if they live, that they would have the basic rights of being on earth as they are in heaven. That would be our motivation, not to just kill you. You get killed because you're wrong. You get killed because you're fighting the wrong fight, and your fight will be the opposite. That you, some of you are entitled, some of you are more important, and that's what you want to. And that's not going to go over here. Heaven is not going for that. Heaven even fights, kill you to protect the rest of you from you, so that you, all of you who fight against life, who fight against heaven, who fight against, would have the same wonderful, magnificent life as you desire it, as any and everyone else. We're not trying to put you in bondage, hate you. No, we're just trying to free you from the lie. Now, I wanted to say that because this is a requirement. In the present, going on back, we have been taught and have accepted the fact that heavenliness does not like evil, but evil eats, and so does heavenliness, and they eat the same way with their mouths, and they eat the same kinds of things, food. So if evil wants to fight to abuse the right to abuse others, then we have the right to fight, to defend others from that abuse. And we do it. We do it. And we don't worry about losing because it's not our fight. It's right's fight. And right will defend itself. We'll just be the instrument. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are wondering what it means to be a child of God, if you're wondering what it means to be a real Christian, and I say real Christian because we don't really connect with that. It's like this: a man and a woman, they grow up, they leave their household, they leave their family to be with another. A woman puts a man over her family. A man puts a woman over his family. Now, someone else is just as important. In fact, kind of more important. And you expect that husband to be committed to that wife. You expect that wife to be committed to that husband. And when something comes up that will cause a problem, you work it out. You together work it out. And both must be satisfied. In our society, each of us have lordship over our bodies. We have authority to do or not to do where our bodies are concerned. Yes, there may be laws here that says don't, or laws here that says do. And we can work with that if that's what we want to do, choose to do, or we cannot work with that if that's what we want to do or choose to do. Usually, where power is centered, and if it's overwhelming your power, if you and your actions disagree with them and their rules and regulations, you will be punished. You'll have to go through some changes, which serves as the purpose, the payment that must be paid to do what you consider the right thing. You don't get mad and don't you stop it. If it's the right thing, you take the punishment. You take the punishment. So what I'm saying to you is this: the world was made according to this view for every individual on earth and provided by the same power that we will all be happy. And no other individual thought or no other group's thought, or if the entirety of the world came up with a thought, and if it does not line up with the original thought, it's hell. If everybody goes with it, it's hell. And it will be a representation of that which we already have been exposed to. And if the people, you, the people, really want to experience the heavenliness, you, all of you are going to have to want it and be willing to play a part in making it happen. All of you. And if all of you don't, then those that are real will. They have no choice. Neither do they want a choice. In fact, they consider it an opportunity. They consider it, without being able to cause a manifestation of heaven on earth, they consider it the greatest blessing. The greatest blessing to not bend, to not give any power to hatred, to not give any power to racism, to not give any power to bigotry, to not give any power at all. and they die before they did. Now you tell me something better than that. So I'm trying to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, choose the right path. You can't lose. Choose the right path. You can't lose. You will either experience heaven or go there. You can't lose.